Hey Scott, welcome to the group. I wanted to make a video just for you and others new to the group, but especially for you because I had to tell you one very important thing. That guy on your Facebook page, he looks like a great pal. A lot of us are big dog people here, so what a great looking guy. I bet he's a wonderful pal. But back to the more boring stuff, making money and all of that. Actually, we think making money is pretty exciting. As you said, you found our YouTube channel, Ultra Advanced, on eBay. Because of eBay copyright laws, I couldn't use eBay unless I use the term on eBay. So I created the Facebook group first, Ultra Advanced eBay Guy, which makes a lot of sense because I'm ultra advanced and I've been doing it almost full time for 25 years. So I know a lot about eBay. But I had to change the group of YouTube because it's a little more tricky when it comes to copyright issues. Individual Facebook groups don't really matter like that much, but something like a YouTube channel, eBay's going to want it done correctly. So I had to call it the Ultra Advanced on eBay, which is fine. Almost the same branding. But this started off, actually many of our, like 150 to 200 people in our group came from another group that I started and ran with a partner for about 3.5 years, it seems like. And I was half owner, he was half owner. I did all of the content, about 1,000 videos. And after about 3.5 years, he decided he would sell the entire thing as all his. And someone just bought it, and someone owns 100% of that group. And he didn't like the fact that I wanted to have a say-so in how things were done. I was half owner, but he didn't seem to care about that. So I created this group. Now, it's not sour grapes. The great thing about this is all free, and that group costs you a lot of money, and you're getting the same stuff. So this is better, and it's just me, and I can run it however I want. And of all the people that immediately left when I did and transferred over to here, it seems like they agree that I'm pretty helpful at times. So I don't do very much well, but I do eBay very well. And I'm a fairly good teacher. I taught at the university level for a few years, and I've written about 150 books, 85 of which were published by major publishers, translated all over the world. And I don't say that to brag. If somebody says they can help you with something like sell on eBay better, and they haven't been doing it for 25 years, and they don't have 11,000 feedbacks on their account with 0 negative feedbacks, and they show no evidence that they can teach well because they've never taught anybody before. They've never written a book on how to learn something. Almost all of my books were nonfiction, how to do something. Well, why would you want to learn from them? So I tell you all of that not to brag, but to give you and other newcomers to the group just evidence that you probably can trust what I have to say in general, but I'm always open to reproof and correction. If I get anything wrong, let me know. You're brand new. I need to do more newcomer videos. It's an Ultra Advanced on eBay, but that means also newcomers need to learn how to start on the ground running, doing everything the right way, maximizing as many sales as you can from your first listing. So it doesn't go against my goal to teach newcomers to eBay about eBay on the Ultra Advanced channel. I'm going to show you how to do it right the first time, and you're not going to have to unlearn anything later on. Kind of a gun guy, and anytime that you're teaching someone how to shoot, it's always best if they've never touched a gun before because they learn much quicker. If they grew up with guns their whole life, they have to unlearn a whole lot of bad habits, and it's harder. It's harder to teach someone. And so hopefully that's going to be the case here. You said you've listed 3 items or something. Great. But here's what you need to do right away. This was one of the primary reasons I made you this video. I could have just thrown out a few notes for you, but this is pretty important. You need to have some feedback to start off with. I would say at least 10, best 15 on a new account because you're trying to sell people and you need to have their trust to do that. 0, 1, 2, 3 feedbacks, that's going to be a problem. It's going to be harder for people to give you money whenever that you don't show any evidence you've done much on eBay before. You get feedback a lot faster if you buy things than if you sell things because sellers want to leave you feedback so that you leave them feedback. Whereas if you're selling something, buyers don't leave feedback as often as sellers do. So what you need to do right away is buy as many things as you can that you're going to buy anyway around the house. I always use toothpaste as an example. You'll find brand new toothpaste on eBay, of course. You don't have to go to Amazon to get your toothpaste, and you'll also find that eBay prices are often much better than Amazon. Everyone thinks Amazon's the cheapest on the earth. It's not. And a lot of people also don't know that people like you and I sell on eBay. We also sell on Amazon sometimes. I don't sell on Amazon anymore. I did for 3 years, but it's horrible and their fees are terrible and they treat sellers like dirt. Everything is the opposite of eBay. eBay's just wonderful. But Amazon charges such high selling fees that you will find many things on Amazon much more expensive than on eBay because the same sellers can be on both selling the same items, and the seller can sell it for a lot less on eBay because their fees are so much less. Now, you may be one of the many people that didn't know that resellers are all over Amazon. Many things you buy on Amazon are from people selling out of their house like you and me. So a lot of people think they're just buying from some corporate giant called Amazon, and they're not. They're buying from people like you and me. Amazon's just the go-between. So I strongly suggest that you get whatever you can. Get this guy some toys or something on eBay. Get him a new harness. That's a pretty cool harness. I've sold one of those recently, actually. Those are good harnesses. Get him another hat. I used to have a Jeep, so I'm all for a Jeep hat, but get him something. Your last name's Ford. Get him like a F10 pickup hat or something. Just buy stuff on eBay and get that feedback up to at least 10. I would like to see you have at least 15 feedbacks. That does something else. Not only should you start selling then, because people will say, he's been around a while, and no, they'll never look at how you got your feedback. Buyers wouldn't think about that. Buyers just see 15, 16 feedbacks. Yeah, he's sold a few things before, I can trust him. Even though you get most of it through buying, that's okay. You're still showing a record of eBay. That also keeps some spammers away. eBay does its best to get rid of these guys the moment they appear, but they still creep through and they prey on brand new sellers with zero feedback. So when your early feedbacks, if you're selling now, you're going to be getting messages like, do you take PayPal? All these things that any buyer knows just by looking at how to pay, payment methods. Anytime they open an eBay account, they have to say how they're going to pay for something. They know all these answers. What is your phone number? I want to talk about combining some shipments. Never, ever, ever, ever answer any of those. Never. Those are all people trying to scam you. And they're legion on brand new sellers on eBay. So having 15 or so feedbacks before you start selling really knocks that out. They figure you've been around the block with 2 or 3 of us already. They just don't seem to bother people as much who have over 10, 12 feedback. You mentioned an eBay store. I assume you've opened an eBay store. I assume that you have. Let's look at something, shall we? eBay has different store levels. I assume that you did the basic store. You might have done a starter store. Starter stores are pretty worthless. I wouldn't ever suggest you have a starter store. It does you no good, really. I mean, it just doesn't do you much good. If you got a starter store, no problem. You can, but the store that you want to open is a basic store. I think you're a little early to open a store. I would like to see you have about 50 items for sale before you worry about a store. I think it's going to help pay for itself a little bit easier that way. And so again, you want to start with a basic store, not a starter store. With a basic store, every 4 months, eBay will give you a coupon for $25 off shipping supplies, boxes, packing tape, and all of that. So that helps pay for 4 of your months during the year. And if you pay for a year, it's a lot less expensive. I think if you pay monthly, and you'll select the basic store and pay monthly, I think it's like $23, $24.95. Just if you're serious about this and you want to make some money and you want to open a store and you've got about 50 items in your inventory, go ahead and pay for a year. Save the money. You're going to get a lot of it back in shipping supply credits, and you're going to be able to do so much more with the store with promotions that I teach you that you cannot do if you don't have a store, and you're also going to get less expensive selling fees, and it just makes a lot of sense. If you've got a store right now and it's a starter store and you didn't pay for an annual subscription, I would cancel that. If you paid for an annual subscription, just keep it until you have about 50 items in your store and then upgrade to a basic store from that starter store, and eBay will credit you whatever is part of this is remaining and apply it to your basic store. But if you're doing either month to month, if you didn't pay for a whole year on either of these, I would cancel that now. I think it's going to distract you. You talked about, I haven't really had time to set up my store. Yeah, don't do that. You want to learn eBay right now. You want to learn, how do I sell a KitchenAid mixer that my wife has and she no longer uses, but it still works? How do I sell that? That's what I want you to focus on. Now, the way that you do that, the best way is go to this channel and learn how we do things. Now, way down here, after all of my training on lots of things so far, but still, there's a lot I haven't shown anybody in this group yet. That's the best is yet to come. Seriously, it is. Anybody who's been here a while will say, yeah, it just gets better. And I'm not trying to brag, but go past all of this stuff. Go past my how to do Bitcoin video where you'll go, why in the world is he talking about Bitcoin on an eBay channel? And go all the way down here to, where is it? Okay, I looked for the word dominate because it's in the title. These are beginning videos. Dominate eBay fast, create a perfect listing. In your business, the way that you do one thing is the way you do everything. And I want you to do everything exactly right, exactly the way eBay wants you to, exactly the way that will generate you the most money. So learn from the start how to do a listing properly, how to do pictures properly, how to do item specifics properly. And I have, really, it's too long for YouTube. YouTube people only like about 6, 7, 8-minute videos, and these are all 30 minutes or so, but it's kind of a little course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you start at Dominate eBay Fast, create a perfect listing, and I walk you through how to create a listing the right way. And then on number 2, I walk you through how to do photographs the right way. Number 3, I talk about how to do a title properly in order to sell as many items as you can. This is all ultra advanced, but very important. And what this is going to do, it's going to put you above 95% of all people who sell on eBay. They don't know anything. It's so easy on eBay to sell something. You take a picture and you throw it up on eBay and you type good condition and put a price on it and go. That's how most people sell things, and it's horrible. eBay, they sell things once in a while in spite of themselves because eBay has to give bad sellers some search engine love once in a while, or else no one would ever sell on eBay. You know, you'd try for a few times and do horribly and never go back. eBay will randomly help bad sellers sell things by pushing them up in the search engine. But I don't want you to be one of those random sells. I want you to dominate eBay. And that's what we talk about in these 6 how-to classes, 6 videos that show you how to do one listing. That is so important that you master this stuff now. I want you to be a newcomer who lists the ultra advanced way. So start right here, do these in order, find them, dominate eBay. This was when I had a horrible camera that I just look terrible. I really don't look as bad as I do in these pictures, but I may look pretty bad, but I don't look that bad. But so there's that I hate. I'd like to redo them, but who has time for that? Anyway, dominate eBay fast. Start right here, create a perfect listing number 1, and that's going to walk you through. Everyone in this group? No, a lot of people in this group have been around and have been doing the ultra advanced eBay way for a few years, and they paid money every month to learn the stuff that now is ultra free. So this is gold. This is gold. I'm really glad you're here. Set your seat in its upright position, strap in, and hang on because you're about to make a lot of money.